This particular job is laurel reduction. The one down the side there just now, and two big ones behind the summer house, and one down the side of the summer house. And they're going to be taken down to about a foot above the fence. At the beginning of this job, I thought I'd switched the camera on, and turns out I hadn't. So, but you can see what I've done so far. I mostly, well, it was all the secateurs and the pruning saw. You know, you don't need petrol tools for everything. But saying that, I did actually use a hedge cutter just to trim up the front of one of the other laurels I had to reduce. Probably don't actually look it, but there's actually quite a lot come off of these. Some of it's sort of 6 foot long, and laurels, it can be a bit like conifer sometimes. There's a bit more waste than you actually realise. And this was actually I quite enjoyed this job actually. It was don't know about a fun job, but it's one of them jobs. The time flew on this one. I know it's only sort of a hand pruning saw, but you still take a good chunk out of your hand, especially a good sharp one. So I always try to keep the left hand at that little bit higher, so if the blade do slip, that ain't going for my wrist. Or I've took a few chunks out of my knuckles over the years, and they do tend to get quite a jagged cut, and they do make a mess. So that's another thing you always have in your van, a good first aid kit. I seem to get through a lot of them. This particular job was actually a recommendation, which come off the back of another recommendation I did. And they're always the best jobs, always are. They don't quibble about the price. Because you've been recommended, they know you do a good job, and they pretty much leave you alone. So, and it's that snowball effect as well. The cheapest and best advertising recommendation any day of the week.
Really could have done.
And that's the two back ones done, and just the one down the side there to do now. And as I say, there's quite a bit of waste comes off. And that far end between the two conifers, you can see another laurel. I've actually got to reduce that one as well. The lady pretty much said to me do what I wanted with it, so. This particular job, once I'd finished, the lady was well pleased, and she was a really nice lady. And she asked me if I'd come back in the autumn and just do a general trim of everything in the garden, and pretty much two sides of the garden is nothing but shrubs. So pretty much got a full day in there, so a little bonus on top of this one. But you often find that happens, you know. people are a little bit wary, I think, sometimes of people coming in doing jobs for them. But once you've done the job for them and they feel comfortable with you often find they say, well, can you come back some point and do this and do that? And but they're the best ones, they really are. And that's them 3 cut. And as you can see, as I said earlier, there's quite a lot of waste comes off them. And right, we're up to the last one I've got to do now. I did trim the face off with a hedge cutter, just in straggly bits. I didn't have to use it. I could have done it with secateurs or loppers, really. But it is as long as it's short, really. And as I say, she said to me, just do what I feel best for this one. But she wanted it reduced, so I took it about 2 foot lower than the conifers, which is one either side. But what I did, if I'd have took it down to the same level as the conifers, it's becoming a hedge, and you're trying to keep them a bit individual still. So, like I say, I took them lower than the conifers, and I tried to dome the top a little bit as well. But, this one actually, out of all of them, was perhaps the most awkward in the respect I couldn't go into the neighbour's side. I did go around there and knock on the doors, no answer. Obviously, if I decide to put my ladders up all their side and messing around, technically it's trespass, so I won't take that chance. And this is pretty much the only place I can get the ladder in because of the choice next to it. And sort of going across it, it's about 8 foot across. So that was a little bit awkward. So I'd use the telescopic pruner for some of the back bits. So, which is okay when you're pulling them big bits off, but it's all them the little bits you still got to trim off, but it gets a bit of a pain then. I've probably said it before, and you probably already know as well. So, but if you're putting laurel in your van or whatever, and it's been cut, the leaves cut, shredded, whatever, remember to keep your windows down, a bit of ventilation. As it's nasty old stuff. It smells nice. It's a lovely sweet smell to it, but that sweet smell's actually cyanide. So be a little bit careful. And there's the old telescopic pruner. It's saved the day again. And there it's all done. I was actually quite pleased with the dome on it, because a lot of guesswork putting that bit of dome. Could have done a bit more of a curve, but then I think you'd be nearly getting to a point. So, and that's all the cutting done. It's just a matter of chucking it all through the chipper now. I've edited this part so you just see the big stuff going through. You don't watch me just chucking loads of small leaf stuff through. I was originally going to chip it all into a bin, but the bin hadn't been emptied, and it was meant to be empty that morning. So I found a pallet they had one side, which I think they was ready to smash up on their chimney thing. So I just used that to shoot it against that into a heap. And this is the best part of any job, I think. Load your tools up, you get paid and get gone. So thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed. Thank you.